From Julio Cruz and Gaylord Perry to Alvin Davis and Harold Reynolds to father and son back-to-back bombs. From Junior J, Joey, and Edgar with Randy, A-Rod, Dan, and the Sheriff to Ichiro Moyer and Mikey C to King Felix, Kyle Cruz, and Cano to the present with Julio, Gilbert, Kirby, and Cal. I don't believe it. It just continues. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. Shout out to super producer Andy down in Nashville, Tennessee. That's Vaden Podcast Services. Vaden Podcast Services, bringing the show to life. Shout out to the live chat. Thank you for the knowledge. Thank you for the energy. It's a boy Ty here. Y'all know my co-host Sam will mess around and get a triple-double. How you doing, bro?
Living the life, man. Living the dream. Mariners finally won a game, so that's a little boost, but not too much because, yeah, as M's Lifer said, it still kind of felt like a loss. If it wasn't for Canzone, man, this team would be in a tough spot this year, it looks like.
Yeah, life is good, but the Mariners are struggling. We struggled with the Reds. We are currently struggling with the Rangers. We're right square in the middle of the very awkward 4-game series stretching into a Monday. And I'm with you. I'm with Lifer, man. I thought we were going to lose this game 100%, Sam. I'm going to be completely honest. I got so fed up. I walked out into the garage with Katie still watching the game. I came back inside, and she's like, wow, you sure missed a lot. And when Canzone came in, and thank the Lord, you're right, Dominic Canzone, who also leads the team in OPS, but this team was staring at losing, 5 games out of 6, and it's still looking ugly, Sam. Just talk to me. Just give me any of your opinions from like the last week and a half since the All-Star break.
It just seems that this team just doesn't have the edge, the grit. I don't know. They don't have what it seems like be able to dig deep and get themselves out of this situation. They seem to just be floundering and unable to find answers. Lack of leadership at the top seems to be playing a big role, whether that's with Dan or, the whole front office back there. I've been hearing more rumors that even most of the decisions have been made before the game even starts by the stat guys in the front office saying, if this situation comes up, we got to go this route. You're going to put this guy in. So who knows how much Dan actually has a hand in it or not, but lack of leadership, man, lack of grit, lack of toughness. And it's just disappointing to see for me.
Yeah, I really feel the disappointment too, and I'm sure the players are wearing it right now, and this is where that leadership really comes into play, Sam, because I think a month or a month and a half ago, someone really, really needed to step up in the clubhouse, and you don't need to just belittle everybody. But you need to let everyone know that this isn't the standard. And what makes this so tough, Sam, is we know Captain Cal is the undisputed leader of the team, but it's really hard for for a player to speak out when you're hitting 150 with the second largest
call out
collapse
someone
in
else
OPS.
when you're not doing your
You
job.
can't really do it. So now someone else needs to come into these shoes. And you talk about grit and you see
tenacity,
it on the home
toughness,
and road. You see it on home and road, Sam. The Mariners are +7 at home and -9 on the road in terms of record. +7 at home, -9 on the road. And that's that grit, the tenacity, the discipline. And God, I'm going to say it right now. Rest in peace to my grandpa and my father. A little piss and vinegar baseball, man. And, I saw tons of fans on social media getting extremely frustrated with how Jay Buhner wants to just kind of talk about the good old glory days the entire broadcast. But what are you supposed to talk about with such a lackluster product on the field? Was it annoying me? Yes, but Jay's not the type of guy that's going to come out and blast the players on this organization. It's not really his job. He's there to kind of lighten the mood whenever they're in Texas. But
Yeah.
kind of a fiasco, Sam. I mean, we're both wearing Seahawks gear, and that's because I'm kind of making a statement right now. And I think you might be too. And my statement is the Mariners, this championship window has been open. We have been living in this championship window, and for whatever reason, most realistically ownership, but we don't want to go in. We don't want to push this door in. We don't want to kick it in when the opportunity's there. And I frankly see the opportunity starting to pass us a little bit.
Yeah. But the passiness, I mean, maybe. I mean, but the thing is, I don't still like I said last week, the overall direction, which is why this is kind of conflicting and confusing. Because like we've never had a better, minor league system, to my
Mm,
knowledge. Never. I mean, and we
mm,
also have a good major league roster for the most part. We are
mm-hmm,
underperforming, but we are in technically talent wise a better position than this Seattle Mariners team has really probably ever been in, maybe except for in the 1995. Even then, though, I mean, they had more top end talent in 1995, but as an overall team, it was a little
mm-hmm,
more lacking. So, I mean, they've managed to put us in a good spot, but they has just not been able to seem to. It's like $1 million move and a fucking 10-cent finish, man. We got to fucking figure out how to finish this goddamn thing, and get done with the bullshit and get down to the fucking nitty gritty and get someone in there who can motivate these guys that can speak to them. I think is going to be really what's helpful, because until we have accountability and people performing, not shit's going to change.
yeah. Yeah, and I wish this organization would be willing and able to make some strong moves right now, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
We need John Schneider to just take over the Mariners for the next week before the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Seriously, because you talk about the talent. Like, okay, here's what I'm. You tell me this all the time, and I agree with you. You tell me, Sam. Your quote is the New York Football Jets. They draft good players, but they don't build a very good team. What I see with the Mariners and what you've laid out to me is the exact same as the Jets. There's a lot of good players, but they did not build a cohesive unit, and they're paying the price with a mediocre season.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you have someone with Randy Arozarena's personality, disposition, kind of, you know what I mean, being the best producer on the team,
Mm,
and people might start taking their cues from him and his nonchalant attitude. And
mm,
we've had real sloppy fucking defense this whole year, so that might be part of it
yeah.
too. I mean, who knows, man? But it's just someone's fucking head's got to roll besides this assistant goddamn hitting coach, just for
I
the
mean, talk
fucking
about
fact of like, yeah, that's the stupidest, like, non fucking consequential move I've ever seen. That's going to be a nothing burger. It's going to do nothing at all to help the team. So yeah, I mean, we actually have to do something that might light a fire up under some of these guys' asses.
that's a
'Cause
bullshit move, man. I think that's kind of
it is.
embarrassing as an organization. Hey, baby girl. But it's embarrassing as an organization to have all of these issues and then you
Thank
fire
you,
the
Sam.
assistant hitting coach, man. Like
Thank you.
that's really frustrating. And I get why someone's head's got to roll, but it feels like we're having the same issues, Sam. We're having the same issues every year. Right now the Mariners are third fewest runs per game. We have the seventh worst on base percentage. We have the third worst batting average. And we've kind of always been shitty in those categories. The huge exception, Sam, is we're down to 16th in home runs per game.
Yeah,
The
there it is.
power isn't there. The
Mm-hmm.
average in this last run since the rebuild, let's just say since COVID. Since COVID, Sam, the Mariners, their average on base, runners in scoring position, that's honestly always been shitty. But many of those seasons, they've been able to bash the ball enough to at least kind of be middle of the pack. Well, guess what? They're not hitting those home runs this year. They've fallen all the way to third worst in producing runs, man. And it makes it really tough to win ball games. And we haven't even gotten into the struggles of a couple of pitchers we might want to talk about.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And like, what kind of moves can we make in this trade deadline, if any, to improve the team substantially and maybe give us a chance this year? What do you think? Because there's no good
Well,
bats. Who are we going to get that's going to solve our bat problem on the right side? There's not really many
let's be
impact
real.
players out there.
Real question, Sam. What are the Mariners? realistically, what are the Mariners right now? Maybe we should be sellers, and we don't need to be hard sellers by any stretch. I'm not talking about a blow it up scenario at all, but it is definitely going to be a seller's market at this deadline. Move a Rosarena, and I'm gonna do my homework for next week, but I want to find another maybe possible big time guy in triple A, like triple A, double A, Las Montez type of dude. If we could maybe, I would be interested in maybe moving a Kirby for that kind of dude, possibly, man. I know it might be a little riskier, but I'm also looking at upside. And when I talk about risk and upside, I'm not talking about the Mariners. I'm talking about the Seahawks. So I'm probably tripping and dreaming, but that is my scenario.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing this Mason Miller thing get kicked around, and I kind of like that idea, just because of the sheer flexibility that can give you. You could make the
Mhm.
trade for him, and then shit, if things go well, we can keep him for the next year, 2 years. I think he has club control till 2030, 31, maybe
Yeah.
something like that. And or shit, we could just trade him next year and get prospects back. He'll be worth just about as much because he still has a shitload
Mhm.
of club control. So I mean, it's kind of a no lose situation in my opinion. It's God. I mean, he'll just make it an 8 inning game, man. Like that would be one of the most dominating bullpens that I can think of. If you have Munoz and then Miller and Farrar and everyone else, man, like that'd be pretty formidable.
Yeah. Yeah. And Sam, we've talked about this before and in pro sport. And what's funny is Jerry talked about it just this off season. This is why this organization really needs to step up for once and really make a couple of strong moves, because I'm talking about runways for young players. The Mariners did not want to bring too many veterans in because they wanted a runway for Cole Young and Colt Emerson. And now maybe we're going to see Sunday evening GM. I love Arroyo. I'm very optimistic on Las Montez. It's so exciting to have guys like that. Dare I say, Sam, dare I say, Mariners fans might not like it, but to me, the possibility of Arroyo and Montez reminds me of Altuve and Jordan Alvarez.
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, if those guys pan out at the highest of levels, that's what they would do. Arroyo profiles as a really good gap to gap type of hitter. Montez, we know, profiles at best. Maybe he could be a Jordan type of guy. So we'll see where it goes with all of that, man. But I just want to give a huge shout out to Canzone again. Huge shout
Yeah,
out to Canzone because I mean, no, this is all real. He has the best OPS on the team. He leads the team in home runs. This lineup and this offense would be in shambles without him. This guy's in the 87th percentile for average exit velo, 87th percentile for barrel rate. Everything about it's real. And then I contrast that with Canzone, with Big Money Castillo, and way down in the 23rd percentile for barrel rate and 32nd percentile for hard hit rate, man. So it feels like every episode is the exact same thing, man. The Mariners season has been one step forward, one step back, and they cannot seem to get going at all. And frankly, Sam, you could call me crazy. I'm worried that Tom Petty free falling might be around the corner for this ball club.
yeah. I mean, it seems like it's either going to break one of two ways. Like, I don't think we keep middling for a lot longer. I think the wheels are going to fall off, or they're going to turn it around. Um,
Mm-hmm.
hoping for the turn it around, that's for sure. Because all we need is our goddamn stars to start playing more like stars. They don't even need to be goddamn full-fledged goddamn stars. I mean, with the way our rotational players are playing, I mean, they just have to be almost as good as the back of their baseball card. Like that's it. And
Mm-hmm.
we would be a World Series contending team again. We just need our good players to start playing like good goddamn players.
Well, back of the milk carton duty's missing. Brendan Donovan. Has he even played 25 games? I mean, once again, these big offseason acquisitions are backfiring. We talk about return on investment, Sam, and we noted that the Mariners have about $69 million wrapped up in negative 2.7 WAR. with 5 bad investments right now. The Seahawks seem to make all these ones with Big Cat, Sam Darnold, re-up JSN, re-up your offensive tackles, and the frustration's real for me right now, Sam. And I think what's dangerous for the Seattle Mariners right now is I know myself as a fan right now, I'm leaning towards the apathy stage right now. And this is where the Mariners strive not to be.
Yeah, exactly right. Because it's just kind of like you're just over it. Just kind of done
Yeah.
watching this mediocre fucking puddle of bullshit be served to us on a fucking platter. Um, yeah, man, yeah. With like apathy about this, just kind of
And
over
we
it.
got stuff to do in the summer up in the Northwest, man. If the Seattle
Mm-hmm.
Mariners is an organization, if you don't want to put a competitive product on the field, we can go find something else to do. And shout out to my friend, shout out friend of the show, Eric Neal. Tell the organization with their money, man. And although they're probably not going to actually notice it, it might feel good to you just to know that maybe you're not going to go to X amount of games. Say you go to 3 or 4, maybe go to 1 or 2 this year, and that's how it's looking for me. That's definitely how it's looking for me.
Yeah, no. Usually, I'm been going to about 4, 5, 6 games usually with Sammy and the family and stuff. And I think I've been to one this year, and don't know if I plan on going to another one because it's just not worth the time or the money right now until they start showing me something a little bit better. Over it.
In what world was this really going to be okay? I mean, okay, let's lay it out again. Our manager isn't even qualified for the job.
He's
I
not.
mean, if and this is where the organization just completely fails itself over and over again. They never even had an actual job search. They never had an official hiring process. They never interviewed any candidates. If they did any of this due diligence, Sam, they honestly never would have hired Dan in the first place because they would have been like, wow, look at there's 15 or 20 candidates right here whose resume just crushes his.
Yeah.
Obviously, we should go with one of these guys. But when you don't do your due diligence, you don't know what happens. We talked about this last week and before about the Seahawks and Brian Fleury. Do I know if he's going to work or not? No. But I do love that the Seahawks were willing to search and exhaust every option in such a critical leadership position. The
Well, and
Seahawks
this
willy
is
nilly just grab a guy out the booth.
part of the difference also is that there's a process with the Seahawks, and I trust the
Oh,
process.
okay.
As you just laid out, there was no fucking process for the Mariners. It's on good vibes. Try to bring back some guys from 1995 to keep the good feels going, and it's played out. That card has been played out. It has been a long time since we've been in that position and 1995. So it's time to move on and stop doing this nostalgia bullshit. And let's get some
Mm,
qualified people in
mm.
here. And
Well, I
speaking
mean,
of
the core
Brendan
brothers are
Donovan,
out there right now, but they don't want to get anyone to ruffle any feathers. That's another problem. Is they don't want anyone to rock the boat. We can't have someone pushing too hard back against Jerry. I'm gonna say it again: the Ayatollah of baseball, Jerry Dipoto. And I just see so many failures across the board within the Mariners organization. We're not spending and we were so close. And here's another thing, Sam. Like, we all love Josh Naylor. I was pounding the table to bring him back, but maybe the smart move would have been to spend 140 or 150 million to get Pete Alonso instead of the 90 for Josh Naylor. The right-handed power bat might have been more needed than Josh Naylor's skill set. We'll see what happens long term here. I'm just saying the Mariners seem to go with a comfortable decision.
yeah, when it comes to the history of the Mariners and signing big kind of name, big hitters, I might get a little wary going for someone like Pete Alonso when we had. I see the logic between what they did with Naylor. I was pounding the table for Naylor. I mean, shit, he hit in Safeco. Most people come here and can't do that. So having someone that could actually
Yeah.
help out and
Yeah, he
hit in
did.
Safeco and
Yeah.
contribute, I mean, that was huge. And he just has a good like teammate attitude. He's like one of those guys you'll go to bat for, man. Like you'll run through a wall for. He's always got your back type of a guy. So I like Naylor as a person, but I mean, he hasn't been Cal this year, but he hasn't been like he was last year. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, he hasn't fallen off at that rate. Speaking of falling off, Sam, what's up with Bryan Woo? La- so pretty historically, Mariners starting pitchers and pitchers in general do have home road splits. We know it. T-Mobile is tough to hit in, especially in the early spring and the late fall. But man, Bryan Woo last year was the only starting pitcher that had relatively equal home road splits. This year, he is atrocious on the road. It feels like it's going to be an automatic loss. I believe his ERA is over 7, record about 1-7. Man, I'm not a big record guy, but that's pretty fucking indicative if it's 1-7. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that much. And so just so many guys with disappointing seasons. Am I worried about Bryan Woo? A little bit. Sam, I want to ask you this. The organization seems to almost every year have a starting pitcher add a pitch or attempt to add a pitch in the offseason. They have not done that with Bryan Woo. I think that maybe they need to start doing so, and why haven't they? What's up with that?
Yeah, that's a good question. It seems like offenses have figured out Woo at least on the road a little bit more, and even a little bit at home. I mean, I think last start he wasn't a regular Woo home start, if I remember right. But yeah, I mean, there's some tinkering needs to happen. It seems like because there's something going on. Woo, I've heard, he's almost been in tears. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. He's trying to figure it out. I think it's been as hard on him as anybody, but. Yeah, I mean, there's no fucking answers anywhere on this team. It's just there's not. Who who knows what's going wrong? We're not in that building, but we sure know nothing's really going right now.
Yeah, and it's tough. And, Tyson B says we should be much better than we are. And this is why I think why we all love playing sports, we love watching sports, we love talking sports, is because games aren't played on paper, man. And it
They're
doesn't
not.
matter how good we think that you're going to be until you get out between the white lines, whichever sport you are playing on that given day. You don't really know until the shit hits the fan. And the Mariners would be a fantastic team to be on a video game right now, but clearly they're struggling to even be mediocre right now in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, no. To start the season, they might have been a good, fun team to play with. But now that they're updating rosters
Justin
with
Radius.
overalls and stuff, yeah, man, it would no longer be a fun team to play with. No longer at all. But yeah,
Texas
man,
Ranger first place should feel good, man. And I don't think the Rangers are any world beater by any stretch, but
they're
right now they
not.
look better than my Seattle
They,
Mariners.
they
They look
do.
better than our Mariners, man. That's not really saying a ton, but all that matters is winning the games in the crucial moments. I talk about that so much in football, and right now it's mattering in the American League West right now, Sam. And what makes this so interesting to me, we were just talking about buying and selling. So the Mariners are going to finish this with Texas with no days off. We go play the LA Dodgers at Chavez Ravine for 3 days, coming up with the trade deadline just a few days after that. The Mariners might have exactly the crystal ball in place here in terms of buying or selling after this Dodgers series because I am not feeling good on finishing this series in Texas. No days off trying to take on LA. Frick, man.
Well, and then I mean, the road doesn't get a lot easier in August when you
I
think about
haven't
it.
even looked that far ahead. I've been just
Oh,
looking near term.
fucking Tampa Bay, the Yankees. Then we got Houston. I skipped that in the beginning of the month. We're starting with the Twins and Detroit. But then we got Milwaukee and the Cubs and the Phillies and then Toronto and then finishing with Boston at the end of the month. So, I mean, that we might be sunk after halfway through that month with some of these teams with the Yankees and shit. I don't know. We'll see. But
Oof.
yeah.
Oof.
It's a
Oof.
tough month. We needed to make hay against these shit teams that we've been playing, and we haven't done that.
Well, maybe we didn't make hay because we're closer to those teams than we are to the good ones.
True.
I mean, that's really, really what it is.
Yep. I'm not going to disagree with you there.
I can't believe it, man. I mean, I'm saying I can't believe it, But that's my heart, man. That's like the little kid in me that just loves baseball so much. The grown man with a brain in me knows that this organization is still just mildly serious. And no matter how close they potentially could be to a championship, it's going to be business as usual and it's going to be status quo.
Yeah. Yep.
You're
Absolutely.
not trading for Rashid Shaheed. You're not trading for Percy Harvin, man. You're not going to sign Michael Bennett. This is not the things that the Mariners are going to do, but those are the critical moves in those critical moments, man. Not even within the game, but within the years of a franchise to truly go and get it done.
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of, maybe we can pivot to a more fun topic right now and talk about the
Pivot, man.
Seahawks.
Pivot.
Yeah. Because I've been liking what I've been hearing for the first couple of days of practice for sure. That Jadarian Price has been looking good, especially catching some balls out of the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
JSN has some real good things to say about Brian Fleury. He's a real detail-oriented guy. He wants to make sure we're good at the little things. So that's also good to hear. I mean, Julian Love looks healthy. I think he had one of the best plays of practice from what I hear yesterday. So, I mean, it's good to have some positive things about Seattle sports to look at here. I can't wait for this next season. I can't wait to fucking
Well,
smash the goddamn Rams.
it's going to be fun to see the team on Hard Knocks now too. Don't get
Oh
that
God,
twisted. Coming
hell
right around
yes,
the corner, and
yes,
and with this group, it what's been really fun for me, Sam, is I've actually been rewatching a ton of the running game from this past season, and I'm so excited, man. Okay, I'm gonna start. Ken Walker's a big loss. When you
yes.
really watch these things and slow it down, like Ken Walker is an enormous loss. But guess what? The improvement of this offensive line throughout the season was just fantastic. The play on the field represents the numbers and the improvement, and we saw them just be able to ride that pony all the way to a championship, man. I mean, the athleticism of 4 of the 5, obviously Bradford might not be the most athletic cat ever, but I mean, the reason I'm so optimistic, Sam, and you were just talking about Jadarian Price, is I'm seeing these crucial run plays and these explosive run plays. Jalen Sundell getting out there for a critical block at the second level. Zabel being able to get out there. You got Lucas being able to get out to the edge. You got Cross being able to get out to the edge. Our trio, our quad of tight ends. And shout out, we signed Nick Vanette, an organization that will never rest on their laurels. I thought they had too many tight ends already, and then they signed Nick Vanette. But the tight ends are blocking great on the edge, Sam. I just see the athleticism and the youth of this offensive line makes me so freaking excited. The oldest offensive lineman is Abe Lucas at 27.
It's
Man,
wild.
people need to take note of this shit, homie.
Yeah, starting offensive lineman, I assume, because
Yes, Abe
yeah.
Lucas is the oldest starting offensive lineman at 27, dog.
Okay, hell yeah. I was about to say because I think Jones is
He's
older guy.
29. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
the other another dude we signed with a lot of experience is in his 30s, but that's experience, man. No, that's a tough one. Brian Clark getting fired on ESPN hits on deck. I thought he brought a little bit of an edge to that network. I have no idea what exactly goes on behind the scenes. All I know is that if you piss off your bosses, you're always going to put yourself on thin ice. That's why in my life, Sam, I always try to have my bosses like me, whether I actually like them or not, because your life is just easier and your job is safer.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of comment on this. I don't watch ESPN enough now. I've kind of
Especially during
tuned.
the middle of the day.
Yeah, the shows. It's not like the golden days of part of the interruption when they all first came out. I mean, it's all kind of just degraded down to just guys yelling just hot takes back and forth. And yeah, I'm good on that. Ryan Clark was a Steeler, so I didn't like him because of that. But besides that, you know, he was a decent analyst, and yeah, hopefully he lands on his feet. But fuck the Steelers, they robbed us.
Yeah, we don't need a rehash, no Super Bowl 40 or anything like
Yeah.
that.
I'm still bitter. Still bitter. But yeah.
That was a tough pill to swallow. Okay, Sam, I'm talking sweet about the offensive line. You were talking sweet about Jadarian Price. Do we need to be as worried as maybe the national media thinks we are? I kind of think our running back room is sneaky stacked.
Fuck the national media right now. I'm really kind of sick of their bullshit.
Yeah.
Because no, honestly, dude, like some of these fucking narratives that have been coming out now is wild to me. Like the one, what they fucking say, it was like, oh, since we've learned from this last year's Super Bowl, it's pretty much any team can win it. So how many teams do we think are viable fucking contenders now? They're like, oh, 14 or 16. Fuck you guys, is what I have to say on that.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, like anyone that we were a stacked legendary goddamn defense with a fucking top 10 offense. Blow me. Like their analysts are full of shit.
And you know what frustrates me too, Sam, is one of my very, 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 very favorites is Bucky Brooks. And he's the one that just came out picking the Seahawks for 7 wins. And I thought a guy like him would be the one that would know how good. I thought, because the draft nerds, I've always felt the draft nerds are the ones that know how good the Seahawks really are, because they know this isn't a fucking accident. Because if you're like the people that study the draft, look year after year after year since the Russell Wilson trade, and are like, wow, by God, look at all of those fucking hits. I mean, we're talking Charles Cross, Abe Lucas, AJ Barner, Mafe Hall. I didn't even say JSN, Spoon, Eamon Worry. I mean, Zabel. We could go on forever and make this show boring by listing all the hits. Sam, you're right. Do your homework. Maybe these people need to do their homework a little bit, man. Because for whatever I have no problem seeing why some teams do come up. Because when you follow the draft, you're like, oh wow, this guy, this guy, this guy, that guy. Well, those guys all were the guys that people thought they could be. And when you have 4, 5, 6, 7 studs, add in a couple more just solid guys, bam, your roster is immediately different.
Yeah, and the special sauce with Coach Mack too. I mean, just that alone, it blows my mind that the people aren't picking up on what's happening out here. Because other teams are starting to emulate our team now, and they're running back some of the same stuff about doing the walk and talks. The Seahawks are about getting the rookies, talking to the vets, and making sure everyone's a close knit team and everything. Like they have this shit down to a science now, and it's only gonna keep going up from here, in my opinion.
Hell yeah, Sam. We're taking our shots at the national media right now. I'm gonna take another one here. These guys and gals are talking about Mike McDaniel 10 times more than Mike McDonald. What is going on out here?
I haven't heard that. Have they really been talking about Mike McDaniel?
Oh yeah, everyone loves Mike McDaniel and all of his great run plays, and he's little Jim Harbaugh's little best friend now, and nobody likes the defensive genius who won the Super Bowl in his second year. Gosh darn it, man. I'm getting pumped, man. Watch for the Ravens. Tyson B, if you're out there, I'm saying watch for the Ravens. It takes a couple of traffics, man. Ione and Zion Young, man. Those are physical tone setters, man. You get a couple of physical tone setters, you can change your franchise quickly.
You can.
Well, not like the Ravens need to be changed, but I mean, physical tone setters are just such a great, great difference maker. Where would the Seahawks be without Zabel and Abe Lucas? Without Byron Murphy, Big Cat, and Jay Reed. I mean, you need these physical tone setters. God damn, baby. Ooh.
This is football. The game is won on the line of scrimmage. And now, especially defensive tackles are starting to get paid a lot more because they are fucking valuable. Shortest route to the quarterback is being a defensive tackle going right through the garden center. So yeah, it's super important. And seeing some of the workouts Byron Murphy does, dude, he is a monster, an absolute monster. Impressive fucking physical specimen he is. Constantly practicing that one knee down move that he does constantly. Yeah, he's a beast. Too much glare. Was that the B Murph?
Yeah. Anyway,
Nice.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just our D line is top 2 in the NFL without a doubt. I'm only hesitating now if the Rams get Aaron Donald back. We'll see about that. But even with Myles Garrett, I would still take ours.
I'll take ours over anyone. There's a little bit of bias there, but they're right up there with anyone you
Well,
could
we got
take.
the
Sam?
depth. It's not just the top end talent, it's depth that's important.
Yeah.
Because,
We
it
see it
doesn't
time
matter
and
how
time
talented
again.
you are, you get gassed eventually, and someone else has to come in.
Yeah. The New York Giants, man, they beat Tom Brady twice because of the team pass rush. The Seattle Seahawks have 2 championships to their organization's name, and huge part because of the team pass rush. Well, I'm going to just keep bringing this back, man, because it was one of maybe the greatest stat I have ever found, man. The last time the league leading sacker won the Super Bowl in the same season was 1999. That tells us everything we need to know about the team pass rush.
Yeah, facts. Having a stable is more important than one high end player. I'll say that. That's for sure.
And you need to be able to work in unison, Sam. What made the Seahawks so deadly is, Mafe and Hall didn't have great individual numbers, but the 4-5 speed both of them bring off the edge is very fucking real. Then you add
Sack
in
numbers. They didn't have good sack numbers. Pressure numbers.
Yes.
Pressure's Hall's a
Outstanding.
beast. Yeah.
And absolutely. Excuse me. Very correct. Low sack numbers. Very correct. But it all works in tandem. So the quarterback's getting pushed into the middle of the pocket. There's nowhere to go. The pocket's collapsing all around him. This is actually why I kind of like what the Bengals did. Even though they lost sack artist Trey Hendrickson, they added Sexy Dexy. They added Boye Mafe. They added Indy's guy Cassius Howell. So now they have a couple more 4 or 5 edge guys screaming off the edge. You have Sexy Dexy that blowing up the middle. It's not going to be as good as the Seahawks, but I see what they're going at, and the team pass rush, we cannot emphasize it enough, Sam. And I just love learning. Because now I've lived long enough where all of this I have learned. I've said it over and over again. Where John Schneider's the one that taught me how important it was when I was maybe targeting superstars like Mario Williams. He makes the team pass rush, and he's the one with rings on his finger.
Yep. Absolutely. John Snyder has been a godsend for this team. Him, Paul Allen, the whole crew with Paul Allen, who he hired. Yeah, you can't beat it. This is a world-class organization, and I'm glad they're ours. That's for damn sure.
Unlike some mildly serious ones across the street.
Yeah, definitely. And so I'm excited. I want to see some Rashid Shaheed formations with JSN and Torrey Horton out there. That could put people in some serious predicaments, I think, with all that speed and quickness with JSN. Yeah, I can't wait to see what Brian Fleury's got going for that.
Yeah, and we're going to be able to run a ton of multiple tight end sets. I think this was going to be really fun, just like you said, Sam. The Seahawks are going to be able to come at you with so many different personnel groupings, man. Fleury is going to be able to, and with the offensive line, between the offensive line and all of the variety of weapons in the skill position areas, we are going to just be able to come at you with so many. You know how I love them personnel groupings. I love it, and it's fun for the players. It's fun for the team, man. Get more players on the field. Get more players on the team active and playing, man. So it just works out great schematically and just for the camaraderie and attitude of the team.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't say it better myself. And Nick Imanwari, I cannot wait to see what he does in these next few years because he is a defensive player of the year potential type player. And so if he can stay healthy, that's the big thing. I think we just need to make sure this offseason don't work him too hard, get him through the drills, but make sure he's healthy to start the year. And I think it could be a real special year for him this year.
Yeah, well, I mean, they'll make sure to take it really slowly after this, so it'll clean up here. So
yeah, apparently it was an ankle surgery.
Yeah,
happened. Yeah.
cleaning a
Yeah,
little shit up in there, and I think maybe that'll help him long term too, because he was a dude that he got the dreaded high ankle sprain, then he got the more moderate low ankle sprain right before the Super Bowl. So hopefully this little procedure helps him out long term also, just in terms of stability in that ankle.
yeah, because he is the one player, I mean, who really can't be replicated at all. What he brings to the table.
Oh, we laid this shit out. His athletic pro, like you see it on the field. I mean, this guy literally plays four positions at an all pro level as a rookie, basically. This
Hmm.
guy jumps higher than Vince Carter. He's got a faster 10-yard split than Randy Moss. He puts up more reps on the bench than Demarcus Lawrence. This guy is one of the most unbelievable freak shows we've ever seen, who is a naturally instinctive football player with Mike McDonald coaching him for what'll be probably his entire career. The
Yep,
sky's the limit when we add together all of these factors.
yep, yep. I agree wholeheartedly. I can't wait for this season to start, man. Preseason even. The Hard Knocks. I'm going to be glued
Dude, let's
into Hard
go.
Knocks. Yeah, more than it's been in a long, long time, and I'm excited to see the inner workings of the team a little bit more in depth. It should be fun. And I expect
The
America to kind of
Seahawks are going
fall in
to
love with
keep
the
it a little
team.
mellow. Like in
Yeah.
terms of what gets
Yes.
released, they're going to hold a little bit close to the vest. Teams just do that nowadays in general. It'll just
The
be great for
toxic
the
well
NFL though
won't be
too.
there.
It's always a losing team. We've
Always.
never had such a incredible,
Not since the
Super
first
Bowl
year has the
run.
defending champions
Man,
been on
how
Hard
cool is
Knocks.
that?
Yeah.
How cool is that?
That's fucking sweet. So yeah, I can't wait. This is gonna cure my Mariner blues. I'll say that. It got me pumped.
Man, the incredible feat of our offensive, most of our offensive linemen, JSN. Are you kidding me? Is he what? He might be the most pure receiver I've ever seen. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And I just also want to throw a shout out back to the LOB days because I've been watching some clips and highlights and reminiscing. God damn it, Ty, those were great times. I have to say that. Uh,
Oh,
peak Seahawk time. I'm gonna have to say, considering we went to almost all those games too. We had season tickets
yep,
through the best years.
yep,
Yeah, yeah, can't complain about that.
yeah. Not fun times. I love it too. And see, this is what the Mariners miss out on, man. I feel like the Mariners as an organization are selling themselves short
They
also.
are.
They're not
Yes.
just selling the fans short. They're not just selling the players and the coaches and the scouting. They're just selling themselves short. They could be so much bigger, better, and badder than they are. The Seahawks were once a low confidence, low self-esteem organization. Paul Allen bought the team, turned it into A plus world class organization. I couldn't be more thankful for, and I will pound the table, Sam, that we have to have a statue for Paul Allen at Lumen Field. It needs to be done sooner than later, and my humble suggestion is put it up there by the 12th man flag with Paul as like he's raising the 12th man flag like he would do for NFC title games. We got to get it done though, man. Paul Allen saved the Seahawks and then turned them into a world-class organization. Mariners, stop fucking sleeping.
Yeah, I'll pound that table right there with you, Ty. That actually sounds like a great idea. Because yeah, this team might not even be here without Paul Allen and all that. So
They won it.
yeah, yeah,
Paul Allen stepped in and saved the team. And doing that would have been great for the community. Then he decided to make them a world-class organization that Seattle hadn't seen before. Thank you so much. And to think that out of all this, he's going to donate the money from the Blazers and the Seahawks to philanthropic causes. We couldn't say enough about this guy.
yeah, yeah. You don't see too many billionaires giving away money like that, even after their death. So yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no doubt, no
what
doubt.
a blessing for this organization in the city.
Yeah, no doubt. Sam, anything you got for the people?
Let's just hope the Mariners can right this ship. It's not lost yet. That's the thing. It's not lost yet. It
There's
sure
still over
seems
50 games
fucking
left.
gloomy.
It's been a bad brand of baseball for over 100 games. It really has. They've talented their way into 50 wins. They did not grind, like, they just kind of talented their way into this. If they could just play it, but we've been saying this all year, and I'm going to just quote Bill Parcells for my last shit, man. You are what your record says you are, man. The Mariners need to play better ball to turn it around.
They do, yeah. And all the things, mostly all the things that have been going wrong are correctable, which is the good news. I mean, there's not a lack of talent on the team. That's why we're here. It's a lack of focus.
The sand in the hourglass is dripping down, though, man. They got to make a move before it's too late.
Yep, they do. And if they don't, they're going to fucking blow a lot of goodwill that last year bought that organization. They're going to blow a lot.
Hey, look at all the goodwill the Seattle Seahawks bought themselves. And we're coming at it again, baby.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Let's go. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. Shout out to the live chat. Thank you for the energy. Thank you for the knowledge. Shout out to our homie Indy. That's Vaden Podcast Services. Vaden Podcast Services. That's your boy Sam. It's your boy Todd right here. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast.
Deuces.